Okay, so first off, I'm going to invite President-elect Frank Rizzo. He's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and that's going to be followed by Alex Paffarov. He's going to lead us in prayer. All right, Frank? Everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good morning, everyone. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Alex?
Okay, everybody's gonna pray the way they wanna pray, with different religion, different people. Just let's take a moment of silence and pray for, okay? And help us God.
Thank you. Sandy?
Good morning, everybody. While we're thinking about moments of silence, let me start out, this being our annual meeting, we like to try to remember folks that we've lost since the last annual meeting. And it's quite an interesting list. So please give me your attention here for a second. The folks that we've lost since the last meeting include Denise Auletta, Inez Lugaria, Anthony Chuzano, Gloria Friedman, Glenn Goldstein, Marvin Hennick, Neil Litvin, who I'm sure is looking down on us this morning, Andrea Mazzarisi, and of course the 2017 SIBOR Bill Cool Wheelchair Service Award winner and the father of our current president, Pat Pappalardo. Most recently, we lost Jim Rispoli, a longtime member, and Sean Siegel. So can I ask you to give another moment of silence to think about those folks? Thank you. Okay, let me introduce some of our leadership. Of course, you've met Angela Pappalardo, who's our president. Frank Rizzo, who's going to be our president next year. He's right here sitting in the front. Scott Sotero is our media past president. He decided to go off to Las Vegas and attend another event. Roseanne LaFata is our secretary treasurer this year and will become our president-elect next year. Roseanne? We've got a bunch of, I guess we have a bunch of past presidents here. So let me go through some of them so you know who they are. The most recent one is Dil Galani, our 2015 president. He's here somewhere. Georgiana Diaz, 2012. Kathy Garbarino, 2011. This next guy is the Secretary-Treasurer of the State Association, will become president-elect next year, and president in 2023, John Vernazza. And a prior state president and one of our past presidents, Dawn Carpenter. And then we have Frank Reale, Mike Diaz, and from our first century, Jerry McLean. Where's Jerry? I expected George Wanaka, but it's a little early for him, so he might get here late. Okay. In terms of our board, let me, those who I haven't already mentioned, let me mention some other folks that are here. Mike Bloomfield, I believe, is he here? No. Phyllis Kengro, I know is here. Dawn Carpenter, you've already met, is on the board. Sandra Cassio is on the board. Ann Coppola is on the board. You already met Georgiana Diaz. Let's see who else is here. Fran Riat? Is Fran here? No, Fran's not here. And those are all the current board members, I think. I apologize if I missed anybody. On the MLS side, our vice president is Frank Reale, and our secretary treasurer is Ron Molko. He'll be up here in a second. Who else is here? Georgiana Diaz is on there. Mike Gentilesco is a member of the Sally Ann Malfi is a member. Michael Napolitano. Jerry McLean again is a member. And I think that's it. Okay. Oh, let me remind you, if you are a realtor, a broker or broker associate, you have received your ballots on your phone. Make sure you respond. If you're a broker owner, you've received 2 ballots, one for the MLS and one for SIBOR. If you're not, then you've only received the one for SIBOR. And that closes out at 12:30 today, Rich? 12:30, okay. A couple of upcoming events that I think you at least should be aware of. The National Association Annual Convention, which is going to be both in person and virtual this year, is November 12th through the 15th. If you haven't attended one of those and you have the opportunity to do it virtually, I recommend it. There's a lot of good information on that event. And then, of course, Triple Play is coming back in Atlantic City, December 6th through the 9th, and I'm sure we'll be down there. We did, unfortunately, because of the city restrictions, decided to postpone our holiday party, and I guess our Halloween party as well, because of some of the things that we have to do here in the city. And then we're looking at how we're going to do the installation come next year. So with that, as many of you know, last week we had our golf outing here. It was a great golf outing. Ron Molko is our chair of the golf outing. He did a great job with his team and with his volunteer team, his staff team. It was the best golf outing I guess we've ever had, certainly fundraising-wise. He told me part of the reason was because I wasn't there. I was out of town. But anyway, let's call up Ron to make a presentation.
Thank you, Sandy. So in March, I guess when that tragic day happened, I was actually away, and my son sent me a text and he said, "Did you hear the news?" I said, "What news?" He says, "What happened to Joe?" And I immediately opened up social media and Staten Island Advance and everywhere, and we saw that this tragic thing happened. And I always believe that we should take care of one of our own. Staten Island is very unique, that when a certain crisis happens, we tend to pull together. I came back, I met with Sandy and some members, and we decided to put this fundraiser together. And it was a total team effort. So I want to first thank everyone who sponsored, all our members that donated, and the entire staff for working tirelessly throughout the course of a couple of months. We set a goal of 50,000. At the time, some eyebrows went up. And as we got close to our goal, we started to really ramp things up. Emails, telephone calls, getting people to golf that never even knew the rules or played the game. It didn't matter, because it was about Joe. And Joe was a dear friend and a dear colleague to all of us. And I could say that we didn't meet our goal, we crushed it. And we'd like to present you with a check today of $70,300.
Thank you, Ron. Okay. Let's, again, this is our annual meeting, so let's talk about some of the things that we've done this year. Let me call back Angelo to tell you what his year was like.
Thank you, Sandy. Okay, I'll keep this short, sweet, and moving so we can get on. So, first of all, I want to thank everyone for attending. I want to thank a few people right off the bat. First, let me thank the directors that served this year and the past year. It's been a very trying time. Thank you for all your hard work, as this pandemic has forced us to adapt quickly, and you showed up and made the tough decisions for the better of the membership. The exec committee, Frank, Ro, Sandy, Rich, and Scott. Just so everyone knows, these people put in way more hours than I've seen volunteers put in over the years to make sure that we were up to date with the rapid changes coming out of the government and communicating that with our members throughout the entire process. Scott specifically, I'm not sure everyone has any idea how much time he devoted on a volunteer basis to make sure that this organization was represented very well both last year and this year. That included everything from twice a week online Zoom meetings, and even though you saw us for an hour, that usually involved having additional meetings for another 3 or 4 hours every day. Let me also thank the sponsors throughout the year who have continued to support SIBOR and the MLS. Now, let me also congratulate the winners, the award winners today, all very well deserved. A quick update on what we worked on in 2021. Many of our in-person activities were curtailed. However, we maintained a connection with our membership meeting through online Zoom meetings. A challenge we faced and continue to face is motivating a new generation of leaders, which was complicated even more when you can't meet in person. But we continue to reach out. We started drilling down on the data of complaints, not just cases throughout the MLS and SIBOR, to see what the challenges are, both as a board and for the MLS. Realtor membership is up 8% from last year and over a 10% increase in average sales price. I'm happy to report that our board is in a very strong financial position as growth in revenues and savings has strengthened over the past year. We've also started a migration to Insta Showing, a new showing service that's going to be better from what we believe for our entire membership. We fought and are continuing to fight the commercial rent control that is trying to be passed in New York City, as well as planning a campaign to hold elected officials accountable to their general constituency for their votes in New York City and Albany that are anti-property ownership. And let me also say, and I know this is going to be brought up later as well, the legislative issues have been taking a forefront for the leadership and for the board, just because there's a lot of anti-property ownership rules that are being pushed down through the city and the state. So I encourage everyone to get involved, everyone to speak to your local elected officials. If you see something you like or don't like, let your voices be heard, because if you don't agree or agree with something and you're staying silent, change is never going to happen. So we can only do so much. We can't do it without everyone being engaged. And with that, I will say thank you for listening to me, and I'm going to turn this back over to Sandy.
Thank you. Okay. Let's see where we are. Let's start by giving one of the awards out. Let me start out with the affiliate of the year. Is awarded each year to an affiliate member of SIBOR who is instrumental in helping our organization by means of their financial support, their leadership, their knowledge, and their ability to provide exceptional service to our members. This year, the award goes to a long-term friend of SIBOR, Kevin McKiernan of McKiernan Law. Let me tell you a little bit about him before we bring him up here. Kevin started his legal career as a legislative attorney for the New York City Council and law secretary to various New York State Supreme Court justices. He was then appointed to the Richmond County District Attorney's Office as Bureau Chief of Investigation, became senior trial attorney in that office, successfully winning numerous felony jury trials. At that point, he seems to have gone to the other side of the table and started representing defendants. And he was recently appointed to the National College of DUI Defense Attorneys Trial Advocacy Board, where he advises other attorneys as they prepare for trial. Kevin attended Fordham University School of Law, where he received his JD. He graduated from the University of Notre Dame with an AB degree, having majored in government and international relations, Soviet and East European area studies. He's a member of the New York and New Jersey State Bars, and he currently serves as the vice chairman of the New Jersey State Bar Municipal Court Committee. He's involved with all kinds of activities in the community and supports all kinds of activities beyond us. So I won't bore you with all of those things, but he's done work in many areas. And of course, one of the things he does participate in is the Ancient Order of Hibernians. You wonder why. Anyway, he's received many awards, including the Hubert H. Humphrey Community Award, Fordham Law School's Alumni Sullivan Murphy Award for the Distinguished Practice of Law, and the University of Notre Dame's O'Regan Award. He is currently devoting a lot of time to working with several estates of COVID-19 victims. He's doing that on a pro bono basis, and he's been working in the community helping people get their PPP loans and other disaster relief assistance. Besides the work and charitable contributions, he says he likes to spend time golfing, running, reading, and socializing. But most of all, I guess from our point of view, Kevin is a friend. He's been a friend to me and been a friend to the realtors. So Kevin, come on up and get your award. And look at that. Pretty nice award, but it's not. Well, Linda did a good job. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, Sandy, and thank you for the applause. But the applause really should go to the staff of SIBOR putting on an event like this. They're the ones that deserve it. Anne-Marie, Linda, Rich, the entire SIBOR. These affairs are not easy to put on, especially in the last 18 or 20 months, so they really deserve your applause more than me. It's been a difficult 18 to 20 months, but one thing I pledge, I've been told I'm getting this because of my sponsorship and being a friend of SIBOR, and SIBOR's been a friend to me. And I pledge to you that if at all possible, one of the sponsorships I'll do in March, we'll have the St. Patrick's Day event, which I know you all enjoy. So I pledge to you, if at all possible, we do that. Being a friend of SIBOR and sponsoring it, all these events, is easy, because SIBOR has always participated in great events, just like the golf outing last week, Pack to School, Adopt a Senior, things for Hurricane Ida, before that Hurricane Sandy. SIBOR has always been in the forefront of community involvement, so it makes it easy to sponsor that. I will always treasure this award. It is a great award, but more than that, I will always treasure your friendship. I want to congratulate my fellow honorees, and I want to thank you very much.
Okay. And we will definitely figure out a way to have the March event that he sponsors every year. Okay, let me now call up to say a few words. As I said, our incoming state president-elect, who will then become president in 2023, John Vernazza, to say a few words from the State Association.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Sandy, for giving me the opportunity to say a few words. Mike Gentilesco, where's Mike? Mike, do you still hate me, Mike? Okay. Just want to make sure. A little bit of updating for you from New York State Association of Realtors. We have a free, legal update, and that's been very much of a success. It's run by our General Counsel, Anthony Gatto, and he hosts a virtual legal update for 1 hour of CE on legal matters, and that does go towards your 22 and a half hours. So in fulfilling that, you may want to consider taking that course that's available. If you missed our NYSAR fall meetings, recording of some of the committees and forums are available at nysar.com. The legal update, legislative policy, and fair housing and cultural diversity committee meetings all had great speakers, and just go to NYSAR and view the videos. I think you'll find them very informative. Sandy had mentioned triple play. We decided a couple of weeks ago that that was on. We did that with a meeting with our fellow leadership teams from Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and we decided to move forward with that. So please register for triple play. That's it's always an exciting event, and it's on from December 6th through the 9th. Our Staten Island board has consistently exceeded both our RPAC fundraising and participation goals. Thank you, Frank Reale, the chair of SIBOR's legislative committee, for that. You're going back 5 years now, so I'm pretty proud of SIBOR and the money that you've raised for RPAC. So far you've raised 83% toward your goal. The goal is over at November 24th. But what I'm also very excited to say and very proud of is that SIBOR has reached, as far as participation in RPAC, 117%. Thank you, Staten Island. That's wonderful. Angelo mentioned to you about government affairs, and obviously that's one of the key points that leadership is very much involved in. So NYSAR Government Affairs has been focused most recently on the following New York City issues. NYSAR members and staff have been meeting with New York City Council members over the last week to express our opposition to the following bills. We have also submitted memos in opposition and providing testimony where appropriate. The criminal background check bill and the commercial rent control bill seem to be getting the most attention amongst council members, and we're focusing our energies on those two proposals. I'll briefly go over those proposals. The first one is banning criminal background checks for potential tenants. The bill would prohibit the use of any criminal background check by landlords or a landlord's agent in New York City with very limited circumstances. Supporters of the bill are attempting to address the housing needs of individuals that have committed crimes, served their time, and are re-entering society. It is a real issue, but this bill goes too far with blanketed prohibition. The commercial rent control bill, this bill would impose commercial rent regulation in New York City on commercial properties, including retail space less than 10,000 square feet, manufacturing of less than 25,000, and professional and other service buildings of less than 10,000 square feet. It would operate like that of a residential rent control in New York City, where a board would determine annual rent increases. Another bill is fines imposed on A-frame signs. This bill would prohibit the placement of any obstruction, including A-frame signs, on sidewalks or medians. There is a presumption that the person whose name is on the sign caused the sign to be placed on the sidewalk and would be subject to fines. The sponsor is trying to curb the use of signage on sidewalks as they seem a nuisance and a danger to pedestrians. We've also got the restaurant lobbyists to join us in fighting this as well. And limit on, the last is limits on brokerage on broker fees. This bill would prohibit the collection of a fee by a landlord to pay the broker fees in a rental transaction in New York City. While this bill seems to have lost some steam at the city council level, we're remaining vigilant on it and discussions about our concerns with the lawmakers. On the state level, we're working on eviction moratorium. The current moratorium on evictions of tenants and foreclosures on homes is in place until January 15th of 2022. NYSAR continues to speak with individual lawmakers and staff regarding our concern with extending it further. It is unclear at this point whether it will be extended further or not, but safe to say the Democratic majorities in both houses will be sympathetic to the argument against lifting the moratorium in the dead of winter in New York. NYSAR will continue to convey the concerns we continue to hear regarding the challenges landlords are facing, and the simple fact that even if a moratorium is lifted, it takes months for eviction to head to court. Telemarketing ban as well, as you well know. The ban on telemarketing continues today as they continue in any state of emergency in place. NYSAR has formed a coalition of interested industries, and we are trying to get an amendment passing that would clarify what type of state of emergencies the ban would apply to and narrow that impact. Lawmakers won't simply remove the ban, as there is zero lawmakers sympathetic to cold calling and telemarketing companies. We will be seeking legislative relief when the state legislature returns in January. And fair housing, about fair housing. 8 fair housing related bills have passed both houses this year and are currently awaiting the governor's consideration. We have commented to the governor about 4 of them to date, and will provide comments on the other 4 as we are called into the executive chamber. The government has until the governor has until December 31st, 2021 to act on the bills. When any action occurs on these bills, NYSAR will of course inform its membership. Just a couple of things too on a personal note. Please be aware that May 10th, when Angelo was just speaking about legislator, and we speak in numbers, that's the important thing. May 10th, we have just last week circled May 10th as our date for Lobby Day, which will be live in Albany. Please, it is essential that as many of you as possible attend this and visit your legislators. We have one big event, and so that's very, very important. And on a personal note, I, as incoming president-elect of the New York State Association, I last week had to sit down and appoint a number of vice chairs for 2022, who then will become chairs in 2023, along with my presidency. I have the pleasure to announce that your leadership team is going to be very much a part of that. Frank Rizzo will stay on as FPC. He does a wonderful job as federal political coordinator. He will stay on at that position. Angelo is going to assume the position of chair of legislative steering and form. Very, very strong committee with legislature, and I'll be working very closely with Angelo. And our own Roseanne, the father will be New York City Issues Working Group, and you can see just by the stuff that I've mentioned with New York City, she's going to be one hell of a busy lady. I'm very happy to have them join the team, and there'll be a number of you that are in the room that will also be appointed to NYSAR committee work. And I thank you all for your time and your effort, and thank you again, everyone, for being part of this group. Thank you.
So you stole my entire exec committee. Okay, wonderful. Okay, let's do another award. The SIBOR Community Service Award is awarded each year to a non-realtor or organization in the community that exemplifies the best of Staten Island, someone or some group that makes Staten Island a better place to live, work, and raise a family. We, as the largest trade association on Staten Island, work often with the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce, which is the largest business association on Staten Island, because of course they cover all businesses, where we cover strictly our own industry. So we're going to give the award this year to Linda Barron, CEO of the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce. If you read the event, she's in the events all the time. She does a lot of really good stuff. She's not with us this morning because she's running her own annual meeting at the Hilton as we speak. We did meet with her though. Let me just tell you a little bit about her, and then we're going to hear from her because she sent us a short video. Linda has worked at the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce for over 30 years. I think it's almost 35 years. In 2004, Linda was elected by the Chamber's Board of Directors as the first woman president and chief executive officer of the organization. Prior to that, she held the position of vice president of finance and resources. The Chamber has been serving merchants and residents since 1895. The mission continues to be to improve the economic climate and expand business opportunities on Staten Island. By the way, Rich, are we ready to do that? Okay. The Chamber has been at the forefront and is the go-to source for members' networking, advertising, educational, and advocacy needs. They're a valuable resource for consumers since thousands of referrals for members' goods and services are provided annually by the Chamber. So I think that's enough for me. Let's hear from Linda, if we can play the video.
Good morning. I'm Linda Barron, president of the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce. I just want to thank Staten Island Board of Realtors for bestowing the Community Service Award on the Chamber this morning. I wish I could be there in person, but we are actually having our annual meeting at the Hilton Garden Inn this morning. So, and I couldn't be in two places at once. So, but thank you so much. I want to personally thank Angela Papalato, your chair, and Sandy Kruger, who I've known for many years, your executive director, and the entire leadership team at the Staten Island Board of Realtors for bestowing this award on the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce, the Community Service Award. This past year has been very challenging, with the pandemic, and we've been really working extremely hard. So timing for this award, to go back to my organization and let them know that we're being recognized is really, it's a good timing. So just really want to thank everybody for all that you do at the Staten Island Board of Realtors. And, I've been at the Chamber for 35 years, and, it's not about me, but it's about the organization and all of the work that we do. It's the leadership, it's the volunteers, it's our staff, everybody that's involved in the Chamber. It's really a community of expertise that we have at hand that really helps one another and support one another here in the business community on Staten Island. So we're really pleased to receive this award. Want to thank you very much. I have the award here, received it yesterday in advance. Thank you, Sandy Kruger. But again, cheers to everyone and have a wonderful day.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Linda. While we're talking about community service, one of the things that we do, when we don't talk about it very much, maybe we should. If you remember back in 2001, after 9/11, the Realtor organization at the national level created something called the Realtors Relief Fund. And I think we probably produced or delivered one of the very first checks coming out of that fund back then. I think it was Shari Kingsley and I went to visit one of the victims' families. That thing was created like 2 weeks after 9/11 by the National Association of Realtors. And it's been going on ever since, and the Realtors have been delivering funds to people who have been affected by disasters for the last 20 years. And this year, after Ida, the state association went to the National Association and said, we need some funds here for victims of Ida. And so we've been quietly doing that for the last couple of weeks. We didn't publicize the fact that people could submit their applications for funding from the Realtors Relief Fund. I think we delivered the first check, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, right? And we have been continuing to do that. So we're processing applications every day. They're coming in pretty hot and heavy. Obviously, a lot of people have suffered from Ida this year, so we're doing the best we can. So I think you should all be proud of your organization in terms of doing that kind of thing. So with that, let's go on to the next thing. And the next award is the SIBOR Bill Cool Realtor Service Award, which is given to a SIBOR realtor who has distinguished himself or herself for many years in service to the industry and community. We look for people who have been important to the development of others in our industry. We look for the teachers, for the leaders, for those who have made... Oh, John, you messed up my section. Well, anyway, we look for people who have been important to the industry, who brought a lot of people through the industry. And of course, this year's award winner, Robert DeFalco, certainly meets I don't need you yet. Oh, you got the, okay, well, we got somebody else to talk before you. But anyway, I mean, certainly Robert DeFalco has impacted many people in this industry over the last number of years. But he's a quiet kind of guy, surprisingly. I mean, you know, he certainly makes the rounds when he's at an event like this, for sure. But it turns out he's kind of a quiet guy when you try to find out, you know, any background. Oh, thank you. So we had to look far and wide. Turns out the Industry magazine did an article, I don't know how many years ago this was, where he actually did talk a little bit about himself and gave some background information. And what it says is that he got into this industry because he was going to graduate school at NYU and was coming home one day and saw a sign for a real estate license, and for some reason decided to give up law and get into real estate. I don't understand that. But anyway, he did, and turned out to be, you know, something that he loved. He started his company, I guess, along with Neil, right? Right out of their house, or out of his house, all those years ago. And, well, you know, the rest is kind of history, right? He's become our largest realtor, as far as I know, for as long as I've been here anyway. Many people have gone through, many people have started there and started their own company as a result of what they learned there. So I think he definitely is somebody who deserves this award. But I've got somebody else who could probably give a better story than I can. It's his sister, Gina Goldberg, and she's going to come up here and say a few words.
Thank you. Got to surprise my brother today. I'm honored to be here today to present my brother, Robert DeFalco, with the Bill Cool Realtor Service Award. He is not only a successful broker and a loving father of 3 children, but he is a man of service. Robert started his real estate business from our family home in Grassmere in 1987. Our family taught us what it means to be part of a community and the importance of helping those in need. Our grandfather owned a grocery store in Little Italy through the Depression and gave many neighborhood residents credit in his store to help them through those challenging times. As Robert was building his business, he also felt very strongly about giving back to the community he loves. For over 20 years, Robert has been a major sponsor in Staten Island and Brooklyn for making strides against breast cancer, the American Cancer Society, and he also supports organizations such as the American Diabetes Association, the Emergency Children's Help Organization, and the Egger Foundation, among many others. Join me as we honor Robert for his service, dedication, and support to the Staten Island community.
Oh boy, that was a big surprise. I certainly have the best sister any brother could ever hope for. Growing up in an Italian family, my sister Gina was my younger sister, but she's more like her older sister. Many, many times she's always been there for me and my family, and I can't thank her enough. This is certainly a tremendous surprise for me this morning. Oh boy. Anyway, Bill Cole was a tremendous man. He was actually a very good friend of mine. He was my mentor, he was my role model. As a young realtor, 22-year-old realtor, Bill was a man of integrity, honesty, ethics, a great reputation, very charitable, the kind of man I looked up to at a very young realtor. He took me under his wing at a very young age, went to village meetings with him, different local organizations. He was just a very good man. It's so fitting today that I'm accepting the Bill Cole Award. I strive to be like him at a very young age. Hope I have made him proud today by accepting his award. I miss him dearly. I don't think Sandy really knew the relationship I had with Bill at a very young age. I'm probably surprised, so just, everything is just so fitting. Community service, giving back to the community is just the right thing to do, something that we have done at Robert DeFalco Realty since our inception. A lot of young realtors are here, and hopefully I can become a role model to them the way Bill was a role model to me. We have such a responsibility in the community that we serve to give back to the community. We serve them, they support us. I think in turn we have to give back to them. I see a lot of young realtors here today, and I think that it's very important as a business leader to give back to the community. Okay, I want to thank my fellow honorees today, Kevin, young lady from the Chamber of Commerce. It's a pleasure to be here, to be honored and receive these awards today together with you. So thank you again. I really appreciate this. Okay. See the video.
Okay. How come you don't have a photographer here this thing? You always have one. Usually I have to throw him out, and then today it's your award and he's not here. I don't get that. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's move on. Is everybody nine? Okay, I'm going to call up Frank Rizzo again to give the next award.
Thank you, Sandy. First off, I want to congratulate all the award winners for their work, and I'm glad to see everybody here and everybody can celebrate together this year. This award is for Realtor Associate of the Year, and the individual that we're honoring, I have had the opportunity to work with them before, and it wasn't an easy transaction, and she was able to get the transaction done and work there, but more importantly than that, it was the professionalism that she was able to how she handled the entire transaction, and then the embodiment of professionalism afterwards, where we've been able to maintain a relationship and ask each other questions on certain deals that we might not even be involved in together. So that says something, and that's really something that we should all look to work on ourselves as professionals. Our Realtor Associate of the Year is a mother, a wife, a team leader, and a top producing real estate agent. Yet with all this responsibility, she still manages to go above and beyond for everyone around her. She writes, and I quote, "I enjoy working in Staten Island, a borough known for its natural beauty and picturesque neighborhoods. My approach to clients is always personable and professional. Respect and attention to a client's needs are the two most important principles that guide me in my work. My goal is to utilize the latest tools, resources, and information to help buyers and sellers with their property needs. My clients are not only impressed by the technology, but better informed and educated. I provide data to help my clients make smart real estate decisions. I know the local market and confident in my ability to represent my clients' best interests through all phases of the real estate transaction." Through her determination and perseverance, she has not only been able to provide an innovative approach to real estate, but bring together a real estate team made up of agents with over 40 years of combined experience and knowledge that resulted in record-breaking sales on Staten Island. Her partners and collaborators, each carefully vetted, provide the support she needs to craft the most exceptional experiences for her clients. Furthering her passions, she's been an Inman ambassador at the Inman Connect conferences in Manhattan, and has also created Staten Island Lifestyle, an online blog dedicated to the residents of our community, highlighting all that our island has to offer. Staten Island Lifestyle showcases places and events on Staten Island that many residents have never even heard of, and if you haven't checked out her website, you really should. Through her need to ceaselessly strive for perfection and excellence, she's been able to create not only a name for herself in this industry, but also a platform to showcase all that she does. As a result-oriented individual, her numbers reflect her record-breaking deals throughout the years. It's my honor to welcome our 2021 Realtor Associate of the Year, Christina Gerstein.
Yeah, sure. I'm so surprised. I was here to support our broker, and thank you so much for the honor. Humbled and honored again, and surprised, and thank you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Christina. All right, Sandy?
Whoops, there goes the next thing. Okay. Tell you what, take about a 2-minute break here as we set up for the last thing here. Okay. Linda, where's Linda? Okay, Linda, do your thing, Linda. Okay, our last award is arguably, one of our most important awards. It's Realtor of the Year, and this year's I think kind of a special year. Some history. We implemented, I guess I implemented, a rule many years ago that said that that recognition should be spread out across everybody in the organization. And the theory was that if you were president, you were going to get lots of recognition. So we didn't need to make you Realtor of the Year, as it used to happen. It used to be you'd be president, and then you'd be automatically Realtor of the Year. Okay, and we said that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. We should be recognizing other people as well. So there are certain tick marks that have to be met before we consider somebody for Realtor of the Year, and part of it is that they're not on the exec committee, or they're not doing some other things, and so some people, because of the work that they do, never get an opportunity to be Realtor of the Year, and that's affected the person that we're going to be honored today. This person's been involved in almost everything that we've done for the last 10, 15, 20 years maybe. At least 15 years that I know. This is the person we go to when there's something difficult to do, when there's something difficult to say, when somebody has to be talked to. This is the person we go to. This person's always there for us when we need her. always there on every committee that we ever need a person for. This person has been used. I can't even explain how many times we've used this person for important events, for important things, for professional standards work, run a difficult hearing panel, do mediation, just do anything. But I'm going to call up past President Kathy Garbarino to talk a little bit more about this person.
Thank you. Good morning. 2021 Realtor of the Year is a dedicated realtor. She has effortlessly volunteered her time on a countless number of SIBOR committees, and then some. She has been an integral part of SIBOR, MLS Board of Directors. She has served as SIBOR's president and is currently on the past president's advisory committee. She now not only attends SIBOR parties and many charitable events, but she also avails herself to help the committees with selling raffles and fundraising and more. Each year she donates back to school as a part of the distribution of backpacks to the children. She contributes to SIBOR's Thanksgiving drive and adopts seniors each holiday season. Her generous support and unwavering dedication to her work and the success of SIBOR members are self-evident. Even my glasses are not helping me with this print. In the middle of her real estate career, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. Very touched by the comfort and support she received from the American Cancer Society, she volunteered. She became an avid supporter of the organization. She wanted to give back to the comfort she received and became a Reach to Recovery volunteer and a patient navigator. I think she knows who she is now. Recognized for her efforts and dedication to improving the quality of life for cancer survivors, she was honored by Borough President James Molinaro at the American Cancer Society Breast Cancer Awareness Proclamation Ceremony. She is a Sword of Hope honoree and was recognized with the Relay for Life Hero of Hope Award. With quiet, uh-oh, we're in trouble now. Okay. That's why I like paper. With quiet dignity and grace, she is an inspiration to all. Her commitment, generosity, positivity, and empathy shine through every day. When she isn't working, she's enjoying spending time with her family and her friends, traveling, keeping old traditions, as well as making new ones with her grandsons, Lucas and Ryan, who she loves to the moon and back again. Somebody forgot cooking. This woman is an incredible cook. She's a grandma with a huge heart of warmth where hugs are always available. Magic cream? Okay, magic cream makes all the boo-boos better. And meatballs are for breakfast. Oh, amen. Her children, Scott, Carl, and Chrissy, along with her husband, whom we all know, agree she is simply the best. It is with an extreme honor to introduce SIBOR's 2021 Realtor of the Year, my friend, Georgiana Diaz.
I'm overwhelmed, to say the least. This is a tremendous honor for me. There's so many thoughts running through my head. Should I tell you about how I got started? I don't know. It's a long way. I I was only 29 at the time, and put a few years on since then. But I actually got in the business so I could supplement my family's income and work around my children's school schedule. And then I guess the rest is history. First of all, I want to thank the nominating committee. They have a tremendous task, difficult task, and I want to thank them and anyone else who has nominated me. Thank you so much. I want to congratulate my fellow honorees. I never thought I could measure up to a leadership position, and I kind of got taken in when my husband Michael was president, and they threw me on this community service committee, and we ran along with the help of Linda and Amory and the staff. Let me thank the staff because they are the best. They are absolutely the best. We did Easter egg hunts and all kinds of events, March of Dimes and so on and so forth. And when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, their support was right behind me. I got flowers and fruit and everything from so many people, so many colleagues. But as Kathy had mentioned, I got involved then with the American Cancer Society. And there was SIBOR and their staff right behind me during strides. We chaired strides and Relay for Life. They were there. They were there. So I thank you. This is so important to me to be recognized because I really feel that SIBOR did a lot for me. So it's not an award that I should be getting. It's something I care about. I care about SIBOR. I mean, if you don't think, if you're out there and you are not on any of the committees, get your feet wet. Get on a committee. You'll be dragged in. Trust me, you'll be dragged in. And you will want to be part of leadership so you can have your concerns addressed. And that's why I do this, because I care. So thank you so much. I'm overwhelmed.
Thank you. Congratulations again. Okay, and with that, one more thing from
I see my staff back there, and my sister, and oh my God, no. Give me my little ones. I have to. Please indulge me for one more minute, please. I didn't see them back there, but these are my little heartbeats. This is Lucas and Ryan. Oh my God. Thank you. I didn't see them. These babies. Don't go away, because they all want to see you. You're not on Facebook, so they need to see who you are. So my family, who's tremendous support to me. My husband, he is tremendous support for me. And I'm just, he's behind everything I do. He taught me how to be respected in this industry. He is the most fairest, most respectable, one of the most respectable brokers in the industry. So thank you for that. My daughters and my sister, my staff, who it may be small, but we're powerful, and we're family. We are one big family. So thank you for indulging me. And if I forgot anyone, I'm sorry.
Georgie, congratulations again, and congratulations to all the award winners today. Nice round of applause for everyone. And with that, we are pretty much wrapped up. I will just reiterate one thing that she just said. The staff at SIBOR and the MLS, without them, none of this stuff would happen. So help it, when they need your help them, and everyone just, always show gratitude towards the staff. Without them, we wouldn't do anything. All right, thank you everyone for coming, and have a great day.